Let's go. We live in the building. Another episode on the road to 400 episodes. Man. Hey, 400 of them things. I'm blessed, man. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. You already know where to go to right here. All right. We here, y'all. We here. Make sure you guys tapping in. All right. Back to back. The Chiefs go back to back. But I'm not even going to just talk about the Chiefs yet or the 49ers. I'm going straight into this Usher halftime performance. 1 through 10, I'll give the performance about an 8 or a 9. I like everybody who he incorporated with the show. All right, Lil Jon and Ludacris, I love that. Alicia Keys, my boo. All right, Her came out there. Jermaine Dupri came out there looking like CeeLo Green. I did not know who that was at first, but legendary, iconic Jermaine Dupri. At first, I didn't know the direction of where he was going to go because first he played My Way, which is a good lead song to start off with because it's like starting off the beginning of his career technically, and then went into, at the end he played Yeah. So I like the fact that he played My Way. He played a lot of the songs that we wanted him to play. I know he cut off nice and slow. And transition that song. That's one of the songs I was looking forward to. All right. I wanted him to pull out the USA YMCMB. Like that joint, I thought he was going to incorporate that. But I mean, you only had 15 minutes. So he did a great job with 15 minutes. So I do feel like this was a good performance. And just like every Super Bowl, you're going to compare it to the last one or the one before that. I really just love and appreciate the recent Super Bowls. All right, with Dr. Dre and Snoop and them bringing out Eminem, 50 Cent, Kendrick. Then, of course, Rihanna last year and Usher this year. And you already know, some had to go on with the performance. Usher's an amazing performer. But he got a little close with Alicia Keys. Alicia Keys, the funny part about it, when they was performing My Boo, she was trying to, play it all, but she was just like running from him on the stage. Usher, the performer he is. All right, y'all. Hey, I'm telling y'all, take Usher for his word. All right, take Usher for his word. Don't leave your girl around me. True player for real. For real. I ain't gonna lie. Usher be trolling up there. He be trolling. Yeah, it's a performance, but he do be trolling. I know everybody, if you haven't seen Swiss response, the mature response, because I'm just being honest, I'm not that mature. If my wife is up there, I know she's performing. I know she's a singer. I know it comes with the performance. But that's my wife, and it's like, all right, you too close, because Usher hit the, the snuggle hug and had Alicia Keys looking back crazy. That was crazy. That was crazy. Other than that, for real, it was just a good performance. Showmanship. All right, definitely showmanship. Usher done got a lot of people in trouble this year. For real, Usher done got some people in trouble this year. And I do respect Swiss responding in that manner, but also, like I said, he a bigger person than a lot of us, because it was just like, okay, all right, Usher, we know what you're doing here. We know what you're doing. It's the performance, but it was just funny because Alicia Keys was trying to tiptoe her way up out of there. And then I love Alicia Keys, legend. But when she first came out and hit that note, I know all of the black people, when something embarrassing happened, they get to looking around. Because I was like, oh, man, not Alicia Keys. But, like, other than that, and one song I wish he did play was Lovers and Friends. You had Luda and Lil Jon up there, Usher. I know it's 15 minutes. I know y'all had to play Yeah. You had to play Oh, My God. But while they were on stage, I really thought that was going to be the last song right there. Other than that, I don't really have a problem with the performance. And I feel like people are saying the performance, everybody has their opinion, but also how I felt about it is that the game wasn't going, like, it wasn't as entertaining in the first half. So entering the the halftime performance, we're amped to see Usher, but I feel like just based off of how the game was going, like, it didn't transition as well at first, because I already knew he was going to have a great performance, but I feel like a lot of people was calling it like mid or something like that. First of all, if you calling anything he did up there mid, you don't know. You just don't know music, in my opinion. All right, or don't have an understanding of who Usher is. All right, because his catalog, he can go for literally a 3 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour set just off of his catalog alone. So, like, that's tough to fit 15 songs in there. I feel like the performance was very good. Like, you know, it had a lot of memes in there, like Ludacris when he was dressed up. They said he was dressed up like the dude off of Dodgeball. Man, so it was a lot of good memes that came out of it. Her really performed. Like, I really love her and her music. I'm glad to actually see her there. And then also see Jermaine Dupri get his credit. You know, we joking, and the jokes are funny because I didn't know who that was at first. But Jermaine Dupri actually deserves his credit, especially for Atlanta and the music that he's cultivated throughout his time. He deserved his credit, so I like that. And a lot of people don't know Confessions supposedly was based off of Jermaine Dupri's story and not Usher's. You know what I'm saying? People don't really know that Confessions was really Jermaine Dupri's life and not Usher's. But it was good to see. And then the only performance that people wanted to see as well, too, was Justin Bieber. He respectfully declined it. We found out after. I feel like that would have been a good performance for them to have. You know, but Justin Bieber, he laid back chilling, man. He laid back chilling now. Hey, so I understand that. I like that, too, as well. Hey, he just said, I gracefully bow out. But that Usher performance was good. Next year, all right, next year, y'all already know what time it is. Y'all ain't even got to say nothing. New Orleans. The GOAT, Wayne, gotta perform. That's a must. I don't even care what goes on. He must perform the Super Bowl halftime show. He bring out Young Money, Cash Money. He bring out the Hot Boys. You know how many people he can bring out there? If he bring out Drake and Nicki alone, it's crazy. Then if he bring out the Hot Boys, then he bring out Juvenile. All I want, if he bring out Juvenile, is pray that 99 to 2000s. Oh, my goodness. Imagine that at the Super Bowl, especially New Orleans. Man, you got to play Drop It Like It's Hot. The Block Is Hot. Wayne got so many hits for literally decade after decade after decade. Like, he must do the Super Bowl next year. I don't care what happens. That has to happen. Or it has to be Cash Money, Young Money related. But Wayne has to be on performing next year. Like, it's only right. It's only right. And then also, like we said, the features that he could bring out. Man, y'all talking about making history. That would make history. I think that would really break the internet for sure if Wayne performed next year at the Super Bowl in New Orleans. I feel like, and it's his time too. It's his time too as well too. Like, get these flowers while he's still here, man. So I do feel like Lil Wayne, all right, YMCMB needs to perform in New Orleans. It would be dope also too, if No Limit came out during the set as well too. You know, it's many New Orleans legends and Louisiana legends, but Wayne definitely needs to perform at the Super Bowl. Like, and he's actually a good entertainer performer. So that would be dope. That would be dope. So that's what I'm looking forward to. All right. On to the actual game. All right. The Chiefs defeat the 49ers. All right. Back to back. Two-peat. That's 3 Super Bowl rings within the last 5 years for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Honestly, I'm really not surprised. Like I said before, I wanted the Niners to win, but you can't bet against Mahomes. And one thing you cannot do is let him get the ball for the last possession in any scenario. So, and I feel like the 49ers, they lost the game in the first half. You were up 10-3. You had the momentum. You needed to make plays when you needed to make plays, because you just can't just beat Patrick Mahomes by 7 points. You had to put points on the board and keep him off the field. And y'all did that. Y'all turned over the ball. You got the pick that you needed. Y'all just didn't score. Like that. You can't blame anybody else for that. You can't. And then the second half, it ramped up. But also, it's like too late at that point. And you know, mistakes happen, turnovers, special teams. Every aspect of football and the game of football matters. So, like, those turnovers, they were costly turnovers. But in the first half, the 49ers did not do their job. They did not do their job. And that's just really what it came down to. Because they could have easily took a 17-3 lead or 23 lead, and the game would be, you know, and it's crazy. I wouldn't say over, because this is a crazy stat. Every Super Bowl Patrick Mahomes has been in, he has trailed in, and he has won. So it's not like it really mattered, but also it does matter. Because in these moments, you deflate the other team when you score, all right, and when you cash in on these possessions. Like, I really wanted the Niners to win, but hey, Patrick Mahomes, man, this man is goated. This man is goated. Like, top two. Top two. Brady is the undeniable GOAT right now. It's not even no question. But he is the baby GOAT. He is top two. He is top two. You gotta think about it. He has done he's went back to back without Tyreek Hill and without a primary receiver. Yes, he has Kelsey, another Hall of Famer, one of the greatest tight ends ever. Got it. But also think about this. He didn't have a really offense or people to throw to this year. Rice had went off. Pacheco went off. They all did their individual jobs. But when push came to shove too, the Chiefs defense, they deserve their respect too because they showed up as well. But you know how tough it is to even go to a Super Bowl and then to actually win back-to-back? Last time they did it was your boy Brady and the Patriots. So this just speaks volumes of where Patrick Mahomes is about to elevate. He's only 28 years old. The first 6 seasons, he's been there time and time again. You know, we get annoyed at the fact that he's there, but also it's one of those things that we gotta appreciate greatness. It's like what can you do ultimately? And you see how all the outpouring love goes into Brady now, but people despised and hated Brady because he was so great. Even myself. Like, it was one of those things where it's just like, I'm tired of seeing him there. I'm tired of seeing him there. But ultimately, you got to respect it. And at the end of the career, he's getting his flowers as he deserves. So, not really surprised. A great game. It was a good Super Bowl. They say it was one of the most watched Super Bowls ever. They did say it was the most watched Super Bowl ever in U.S. history. That surprised me, though. But like every year, new records to be broken. You know, a lot of people wanted a different game, Ravens and Lions, whatever the case may be. But the Chiefs was the best team. At the end of the day, they were the best team. They came out with the dub. Hey, listen, like, I don't know. Next year, I don't know. Like, this man Mahomes is doing this without like a top tier offense in which he had the first time he won. So I don't know. Like, I don't know what to do at this point. So, for real, it's crazy. And then one thing about the Super Bowl, like, that I'm starting to see now of recent years is that the Super Bowl commercials aren't the way they were. Like, it's totally different now. We used to watch the Super Bowl throughout to see the commercials, to see, you know, all the funny commercials, all these different type of commercials, and see what type of ads they're putting up for the commercials. But now I don't know what direction they going in, for real. I only seen one commercial that was actually good, and that was the Beyonce commercial. You know, I wasn't even really tuned in like that. And like I said, maybe that has something to do with the first half of the game, but just in general, the commercials were not that good. Like, I remember, like, I remember the Doritos commercials used to be fire on the Super Bowl. Like, it was a lot of other commercials that were good, but those Doritos commercials is one you could always bank on to have a good commercial. You know, I mean, you won't really see. And one commercial also that popped up a lot that I kept note of was Home.com, which is like a part of Apartments.com. They were really, I don't know how much money they had in their pocket, but they had some money in their pocket. Because you know how much a commercial ad for the Super Bowl is? I'm sure it's millions upon millions. So that's one thing I noticed, too, about the Super Bowl, that the commercials, they don't hit like they once was, man, unfortunately. And while we still talking about sports, Shannon Sharpe responds back to Mike Epps at the Mike Epps comedy stand-up. He was talking about Shannon Sharpe. He was talking about Uncle Shay Shay, like the actual show, and he talked about his sexuality. And Shannon Sharpe came back and was just like, hey, look here, Mike. We could throw you. He was basically saying we could throw the ones. When I see you, hey, just keep that same energy. And I respect Shannon Sharpe in this sense because he did apologize and say, you know, we can meet up as grown men and have a conversation because they're about to meet up at the All-Star game in Indiana. But also, like, I really love both of them. But I mess with Mike. Mike Epps is top 5 comedian for me, one of my favorite comedians. But I'm not gonna lie. In this situation, it seems a little clout chasey. The reason why I say that is when initially Cat Williams came out with the interview, Mike Epps had some jokes and stuff like that about the interview, but it was like, okay, you know, I don't know if you're trying to get attention or you're just making jokes. Cool. But then now on the stand-up, he's talking about Uncle Shay, and he's talking about, you know, him looking at him like Madea, him liking a man and things of that nature, and then just taking it too far. That's one thing you don't do with another man, is question their sexuality and do anything like that, especially if they're not on that other side of things. You don't do that. That's in the rule book. You don't do that. And then also Mike Epps lied and said that, you know, Shannon Sharpe DM'd him to be on the show when it was the other way around, and he walked back those statements. So it's just like right now we're just in a time where attention is a drug. Attention is a drug, and I love Mike Epps, but this was a clout chase type of moment for real. Because everybody sees Shannon Sharpe. He's elevating in this space. He's getting the top tier interviews. He's bringing a lot of comedians on. You know, he's have everybody sit up there and talk. So everybody wants to be a part of it. You know, that's all I've seen also, too. During the whole Super Bowl press weekend and week, I've seen Shannon Sharpe every single where, and other people's podcasts and shows as well, too. So, understandably, you know, hey, Shannon Sharpe is on fire right now with Nightcap and Club Shay Shay. So, you know, I understand it, but, like, for real, I respect Shannon Sharpe, you know, checking him in a certain type of way. Because, yeah, we don't want to, y'all of a certain age where you don't need to be fighting and stuff like that, of course. But when you question the man's manhood and do it in a certain way as it's funny, you know, we could take jokes. But also, a lot of times now, these jokes are being masked as truth, as well as envy. I would say a lot of people masking these jokes with envy, jealousy, and hate. For real. Like, a lot of these jokes are coming and stemming from that. So it's like, I understand. I love Mike Epps, for real. I really do. But in this situation, it's like, okay, I can see where Shannon Sharpe is like, all right, nah, I got to check you. Because now you're playing with my name. It's not, and it's one thing, you don't want to sit here and chase a lie, but also, too, don't sit here and lie on my name. So I get both sides of it. Like, oh, okay, you know, whatever it is, what it is. He said what he said. But also, you're not about to keep on lying on my name and having me portrayed a certain way. So I ain't really like that. I ain't really like that, man. And I know I know jokes are jokes, but like I just said, a lot of these jokes now are being masked as envy, jealousy, or some type of hate. So I don't really like seeing that. Y'all. I ain't with none of that. Hey, it's been an amazing, really, 3 to 4, 5 years now on this podcast, man. I just want to thank you guys for all your support. I'm really about to be at episode 400. It feels surreal, for real. And I'm just thankful, man. Thank you guys for continuing to support me, my old supporters, my new supporters. We continue to rise and go up, man. I just want to thank you guys, man. And also, at the end of the day, I'm always going to be here. Tell you that right now. I'm not stopping. I'm being consistent because I'm seeing a lot of these podcasts. I'm seeing a lot of these shows dwindle away. Man, you got to stay consistent. Keep on pushing for real. Like I say all the time. Like Ice Cube said, your brand is not really a brand unless it's 5 years in. For real. If you haven't put that groundwork in, then you won't see whatever your brand is, you won't see it profit. You won't see it elevate because you're not putting the time in. You got to put the hours and the time in. So much love to you guys, man. Thank you guys for your support. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. As you already know, like, share, and subscribe.